Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new night with Social Economic Networkers, the weekly business opportunity that will bring you a new opportunity to your life. Tonight, we have a special guest that I had the chance to hear speak a few months ago, and I decided that I wanted to have him in our weekly presentations because his story is impactful. And Juan is a young entrepreneur who, like many of us, started looking for an alternative to the 60 to 80 hours of working every week. He wanted a change in his life. So he joined our social economic networking team with a little skeptical eye, not knowing that this would work or not. And then when he jumped into this adventure, his life started to change. And now he's able to live a lifestyle out of this opportunity. So I am grateful to have him here speak, share his story with us, share what this business is about, and to inspire us to know that there is another way to live life. And before we welcome Juan, I want to welcome you, whether you are here with us and in live or if you are watching the presentation in YouTube, to have an open heart and an open mind, because this is something that we usually don't learn in a school. It's a new business, a new lifestyle. So with that, I want to welcome Juan. Thank you for joining us, Juan. Juan? Where did Juan go? There he is. Juan.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
You're back.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. It's probably the connection of where I'm at. So I do apologize.
You can share your screen with us, Juan.
Okay. Awesome. So again, to everybody who's watching this live and on repeat, I do apologize. I just got kicked out, but here we go. Thank you. Thank you, Erica, for that great intro. I really do appreciate it. I want to, say thank you to yourself, to the team. Honor to be able to just, share this time together and show you what's been working for me when I was introduced to social economic networkers and to this team. Okay, could you see my screen?
It's black.
Okay. Okay, awesome.
I think it'll be better if I share my screen.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I have it up already, so.
Okay, it's completely black.
It's completely black?
Yeah, it's black.
It says that it's sharing.
Okay, yeah, we see it now. Perfect.
Okay, awesome. What's showing? Is it the opportunity plan? Is it the screen?
Yes, we see your screen.
Okay, awesome. So again, welcome to everybody who's here for the first time. I would say raise your hand, but I can't see you. So if you want to type in, there's a little text. If you want to type in or make some comments during the presentation, please feel free to. There's a little chat room, and I'll be trying to come up with taking a look at them. If not now, then after the presentation, I'll answer any questions that you may have along the way. All right? Sounds good. So briefly, what socioeconomic networkers is, when I was introduced to socioeconomic networkers, I didn't understand the concept. I didn't realize, and I was super skeptic. Really brief story about myself. I come from a background of humble beginnings. My parents are very workaholics. They came here to try to make a living. And long story short, they were swindled and told a bunch of stuff and told that they could do a lot of things, and a lot of it was not true, right? So when these type of opportunities come up, you have to say, I was very skeptic at first. So I would look into it, but I wasn't looking at it as a business. I was looking at it more as a resource for what the health benefits that they said that I could incur, or not even myself, my mother. So when I looked at this, I was like, well, how are they selling me health benefits along with the business package? But what I didn't understand is that there's a team of people that work together that help us really, really achieve your dreams, right? Now, with that said, I was trying to figure out, like, who are these people, right? And why do they keep telling me that they're into personal growth, that they're into social contribution and financial freedom, right? What does that have to do with my mother's health? See, my mother she's a workaholic. My dad's a workaholic. She's worked 35 plus years of illnesses and sicknesses. And because she's a workaholic, she didn't tend to her health. But by doing so, by forgetting about that, she forgot about everything else, right? These people, this team, the social economic networks, right, are committed to helping each one of us achieve a better future, not only in the health wise, but also if you look at this screen,
Juan,
social economic.
Juan, we see your phone, but we don't see your screen.
You see the what? I'm sorry?
We see your phone with all the apps, but we don't see the presentation. There we go. Perfect.
Okay. There's some kind of delay, so I do apologize. With the trend, and I appreciate it. Thank you. With the transition that's going on right now, before when my parents were, the way they used to make money was by the agricultural. Whoever had more land, more property, would essentially make more money because they had more to work with. After that, what happened? You got industrialized. So, and then the third revolution was what? The internet, which now, anybody who's on here knows about the internet because we're on the internet, right? But the next wave, right, the next revolution is the artificial intelligence. What do we mean by that? This is how money is being transferred. Now, mind you, and I didn't get this at first, but when they started telling me about how money was being transferred, to me, it didn't make sense, but it does now.
Mm-hmm. Can I share my screen? Sorry for interrupting you. I think it's better if I share my screen because your screen is still in the first slide.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Here, let me stop it on my end.
And then I'll open mine and then we continue from there.
Okay, sounds good. There's some kind of a delay.
Sometimes we cannot control what technology is going to be like.
Right? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's so perfect that it happened right now because we're talking about technology, right? But the reliability of only technology is not, 100%, which is why we still require, one-on-one, people-to-people conversations and communications, just like this, right?
Yes. Okay. So we are in the third slide.
Third slide, correct.
You can go ahead.
Hold on, now I don't see it on my end. I'm gonna do this. Okay, so we in the third one, the one that says socioeconomic transitions?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, what I was basically going through was how money is being transferred from one hand to the other, right? From the agricultural hand to the industrialization and then to the internet. Now, not only is the economic transition going from hand to hand, but now it's going to an artificial hand. What do I mean? I mean that doctors are actually performing operations with machines, and so times are changing, money's changing, but here's the thing. Are we changing with it, or are we being changed with it? That's a big question we got to ask ourselves along with these. Are my family's finances secure, right? Do I know how to thrive economically in 5 to 10 years? Am I able to retire at the age of 60 and I'm prepared, truly prepared to face the future? These are kind of like real conscious questions because to be honest with you, 60 isn't that far for me, believe it or not. It's a couple decades away, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because the way things are looking, prices keep going up, but my wages don't. That's what I was looking at. Now, if we go to the next slide, it shows you different ways of how to increase your economics, your wages, and whatnot. You know, it's not how much you make; it's in what how much time you make what you make. And that's what I realized is that in the 20th century, the distribution model, the business model, it's changed. So before, we all familiar, right, with buying stuff at the store. But before it hits the store, it has to go through a factory, a wholesaler, warehouse, and the store, and then a cut of it goes to the promotion, right? We just passed up Black Friday, right? Yesterday, who went Black Friday shopping? A lot of people, a great majority. How come? Because somebody advertised it, somebody wholesaled it, somebody warehoused it, right? But now the bigger day is Cyber Monday. Why? Because you could buy directly. You go online and you could buy directly. So this is basically the same concept that we've been doing already. The difference is this is an opportunity where we could get paid and get a part of that 64% that they're dishing out in bonuses instead of leaving it to the middleman, which I'm sure you'll be okay with that, right? All right, so if we go to the next slide, we're looking at the differences and the benefits that come be with a linear income versus a residual income. Now, when we're growing up, right, I'll tell you about myself. I didn't understand this until I finally realized what a linear income was. I realized that I was being lied to, right? Because when you're young, you're told to go to work for somebody else, work 30 to 40 years, 8 to 12 hours a day, and you know you get to retire, get a watch, and live the rest of your life on Social Security. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. That is such a lie. Because nowadays people don't retire after 30 or 40 years. They work way more than 8 to 12 hours, and the check that we make is only limited by the person who signs it. Meaning, if the person who's signing the check thinks or believes that you're only worth 12, 15, 20, $30 an hour, then that's all you're worth, right? Where when I was given this opportunity to make residual income, I was open to the opportunity to say that, hey, my financial independence could be a reality in 2 to 5 years, that I have a flexible schedule and that I get to write my own checks. If I work, I get paid. If I don't, I won't make no money. I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that because we know, just like you, just like me, a 9 to 5 nowadays just doesn't cut it no more. It really just doesn't cut it no more. I tell my friends now, they're telling me, you know, I'm working, I'm fine, I'm working, I'm okay. Are you really? And if you could seriously look at the mirror and says, okay, one paycheck nowadays is enough to cover all my needs, well then that's fine. You know, you're blessed. Not a lot of people can say that. I know, for instance, me, I'm a business owner, small entrepreneur, business owner. I try to do the best I can. It's still not enough because, again, times are changing. Ways of marketing are changing. Ways to do business is different, right? That's why before I decided to go with any company, I decided to make my own research, which if we go to the next slide, it's the company who our team decided to partner up with is called For Life Research, right? This is the platform that helps us. David and Bianca Lisombi, right there on the left-hand side of your screen. Wonderful people. I love them because they are the heart of For Life. They are the ones who started it all. Bianca Lisombi, she has a huge heart, wonderful woman. She right now we're setting up to go build orphanages in Colombia in May 19th. If your heart is to help those in need, then that is definitely something for you. We have a foundation called Foundation for Life, one of those which is paid for 100% by the company. And we actually donate 100% of all the donations to people in need. And we just helped we sent 4 airplanes full of clothes, water, food to Puerto Rico when the earthquake happened, when the tornadoes happened. We sent the same thing and supplies to Ecuador when the earthquake happened. So there's a lot of things that we give out and help out humanitarianism worldwide, right? So needless to say, in order to have a great company, you need an awesome CEO. Danny Lee on the right-hand side is an amazing CEO, bilingual, super humble. I was able to meet him personally, and they have a giving heart for their distributors, which is us, right? They want to help us as much as they can. They want to make sure that we have all the tools necessary to do what we got to do. So I was not convinced until I did my research on the company that I'm going to represent, that I choose to represent. So I would ask you to do the same. Do the research on For Life company and see what you see out there. You'll see that it's nothing but good. All right. If we go to the next slide, it says growing was never this easy. Meaning, if I'm going to represent a company or thinking to do a lifestyle change, I got to start with something that I believe in. So for me, I have to try the products first, obviously. I have to be able to take a look at, what kind of effects is it going to do for me, and what else can I do? How can this help me? So now I have a wide gamut of products that I could help other people with and help them support them. Um, Long story short, my personal health testimony was that I see my mother going through 35 years of diabetes. She didn't take care of her health. I saw her deteriorate. I would go translate to the doctors for her because she only speaks Spanish, not English. And I had to translate to my mother that she had only 3 to 5 years left to live, which was heartbreaking. Needless to say, we looked for everything. We found For Life, and thank God we did, because now she no longer needs to, inject herself with the insulin that she used to. She's gotten way better. She's off of the program that the doctors were giving her, and she's living life to the fullest. Uh, I love my parents. I love my mother. She's about to retire, thanks to this company. She's able to retire back in her homeland, with a very um, with a very stable income, and still continue to help people, right? Which is something that I love to do. At the same time, help myself. So we go to the next slide. It says grow and earn while you take care of yourself and the wellness, meaning you're going to earn as you grow your company, as you grow yourself spiritually, physically, mentally, financially, right? Why not? And if we go to the next slide, it's showing you mother and daughter brushing their teeth, right? Taking care of themselves. This is stuff that we use on a daily basis that we have to consume anyway. This is not rocket science. It's just switching labels from what we used to use or from where we used to get our products and services to our own, right? Now, here's where it comes real, right? Is how to make money. Because I know you guys probably love hearing me. I'm kidding. But the real question is, okay, Juan, this is great. It's a great company. This worked for you. But how do I make money? Right? So I'm going to go through this briefly, really quickly. It's a rapid rewards that customers could get. So if you were to sign up, right, or you knew somebody that wanted to sign up, then you, being the person who introduced this to somebody, would get 25% for their first order of 1,000 LPs. Now, LPs is life points. The company would pay you the very next day $250. Not bad, right? So let's just say you were to help somebody become an associate, right? You get the builder pack, the power pack, the transform pack, product selection. Here's a breakdown on the next slide of what the company would give you as well as a bonus. You have 100, 50, 41, depending on how you want to sign up. So there's different levels. Now, on the next slide, the Me and My 3 slide, this right here is what has been helping lots and lots of people, myself included. Right now, like I said, we're doing this Zoom meeting, but it's very intense. My teammates are downstairs right now helping a group of people with the same exact presentation, and we're setting up the Me and My 3 so that way we can all win, right? The way I look at business, it's got to be a win-win where we help each other grow, build, and move forward, right? So Me and My 3 says that you introduce this to 3 like-minded, business-minded entrepreneurs that want to go ahead and do this and take care of them health, just like you, and build a business, then you can do that. You were to find 3 like-minded individuals, you'd make $50. If you were to show those 3 how to also do the same thing and look for 3, then you would get $200. Now the next level is if you show those 3 how to do the same thing, and they show somebody how to do the same exact 3, build and look for 3 people, your bonus only, your fixed bonus would be of $800. Now, $800 is not a lot, but how different would your life be? Think about it. How would you what else could you do? What other thing can you make with room? What time can you make room for? Making an additional $800. See, I understand it's not all about the money. If we go to the next slide, it's not about the money, but it's what you do with the money, right? And on the next slide, it says the great escape for life. It's if you had time and freedom, you'd want to do whatever it is that you want to do with the people that you wanted to, right? How about you take more vacations? How about you take more trips? How about you have beautiful memories? See, like I told you, I got into the business because of my health. But while I was taking care of my health and realizing, I also realized I was doing the same thing that my parents were, working way too hard, 60, 70, 80-hour weeks, right? And I wasn't able to really discover or really enjoy my family because I was always behind an enclosed wall. But with the Great Escape, like you see right here, you get paid to take care of your health. And the company will also give you cool trips that you can go with your family, loved ones, wife, if you're married, you know, to go celebrate life together, right? Now, another way is that's fine. I get trips and bonuses, but how do I get paid, right? How do you really, really get paid? So if we go to the next slide, in the level one, it'll show you introduce this to 6 people. Now, this is what's called residual income. If you introduce this to 6 people doing the same thing on a club 250, not 1,000, just 250, right? You would get paid 2% and 2% for your added bonus. Now, that's $30. That's not bad. But let's say if you were to find $30 on the floor walking down the street, would you pick them up? I would think so. I know I probably would. It'll help with something. But now, let's say that you show those 6 people how to do the exact same thing. And they show 30, so they show 6 each. So that's 36 doing the same exact thing. Now, instead of $30, that residual income is 1,170 plus those original $30, which will comes out to 1,200. It's not bad, right? Now, what would you do with an additional $1,200 a month? What bill would you pay off faster? What trip would you take that you've been putting off? What gift would you give? Because now you wouldn't think of the sticker price, right? But it gets better. So if we go to the next slide, if those 36 were to do the same thing and show 6 people each, now you're looking at 54,000 people, and your income increases from 1,200 to 4,900 plus those other 1,200, which make roughly about $6,200. Again, $6,200 may or may not be a lot for you or to help your current situation, but it does help something. It does help in the extra, car payment, in the mortgage, one less headache to take care of. You'd probably work a little bit less because you knew that you would see that, monthly, reoccurring check. Now, that's on the level 3. Level 4, if you keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, now you're looking at doing this full time, right? You're showing these people how to duplicate themselves, and it keeps going. The price of bonuses, your monthly bonus, you're looking at over $21,000. My question is, what would you do with over $1,000 a month coming in day after day after day after day after day after day after day, or close to 1,000, right? Now, why is it that I'm talking about the money? Because it's not all about the money, and I don't want you to think that at all. If we look at the next slide, it says, who's going to guide me? And how will I gain the knowledge? Again, it's not about the money. It's about who you help grow. How do you build a team? How do you build together, right? Because one is too small of a number to achieve any greatness. That's why we build in teams. We help other people grow. Who's going to help us is the educational system where we have books, audios, videos. Our team, the social economic networkers team, which we have years, almost 2 decades of experience in over 100 countries. Guys, we're about to open up China. January 1st, the China market is about to open up. I am very excited. I don't know Chinese. I don't. I wouldn't mind learning Mandarin. All I know is that there is a lot of people in China. Once the Chinese market opens, it's gonna be a flood for the whole world to know about For Life. And I'm just glad and excited that we're here, that you're listening to this, and that you're able to also take control of your future, of your life, of your dreams by starting your own business. If we move on to the next slide. Now, the options to starting your own business are three, right? As a preferred customer, which you're not going to promote something you don't try. So I would recommend start with that. Try it, right? Try out what you're going to recommend, right? But if you're a go-getter, right, and you like to if you're, let's say you're an influencer, you like to move product and you want to get paid, then you want to become in as a distributor. A distributor is, to me, one of my mentors told me a distributor is like a salesman, right? So you sell today, but tomorrow you gotta wait to see if the sales comes around. It's not bad. But now as an entrepreneur and as a builder, as a network marketer and a builder, you want to build residual income. Meaning I know for a fact that every month my bonus is gonna be there. My bonus is gonna be there. My bonus is gonna be there. And that's exactly what I want for each one of us. You know, imagine those couple $1,000s extra coming in right now, right around Black Friday. That helps, right? So if we go to the next screen, it says, what are you waiting for, right? All of your dreams can come true as long as you have what? Time, money, and absolutely health, right? What would that look like? What would your future look like? If we take about 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds to close your eyes for a minute, for a couple seconds, and think about what would your life look like? What it really look like if time, health, and money were not an option? Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Just to kind of escape the day to day and just really think about what would my life look like if there was no limits, right? Possibilities are endless. And this is what I want for you. This is what I was told, and this is what I'm seeing happen with the team that we're building, with the team that we're involved with the company that has proven time and time again that they're going to do nothing but help us achieve success. There's nothing to do help us to make sure that each and every one of our dreams come true as long as we stick to the system and stick to the plan, that the company is going to back us up and support us in every which way they can. And then the last slide you should see, it says, welcome to social economic networkers. Because if by you've already made a decision, you've already thought about this, if this is something that you have been thinking about or looking to do something else, then welcome. You know, if I've met people where they've told me, Juan, I've been waiting for a sign. I've been asking for God. I've been praying, you know, for something to come through. Well, this is it. You know, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. All I ask you to do is get with the person who told you to come here, or get with the person who asked you, who shared this with you, and do your research. Do your research. Have a bunch of questions for them ready, you know, because this is real. I wouldn't be doing this. I didn't want to do this at first. But what I realized that this gives me the time and freedom to do what I want to do, when I want to do, how I want to do, with whoever. That's real freedom. Money helps. It really does. But the ability to go and pick up my son's report cards at any time of the day, to be able to go to the recitals, to be able to be present in their life, that has no price. And at the same time, while I'm taking care of my health, showing others how to do the same thing, that's a blessing on top of a blessing. That's why I believe so strongly in the social economic networkers culture that says they're going to help me grow personally so I could be a social impact and then create my financial future. Because I can't help anybody else unless I grow. And if I don't grow, then how can I impact my society positively, right? And that's what I saw here. I saw an opportunity for growth, for expansion, with a real company in a booming industry that's blowing away all kinds of markets. I didn't even start on the accolades yet because we'd be on here forever. But I strongly urge you to do your research on who this company, For Life Research, is, and bug the person who invited you. Don't let them sleep tonight. Tell them, hey, I want to know about this company. I have this question, you know. And I also humbly thank Erica for giving me the opportunity to share this with you today. I'm honored. I really am. Like I said, right now we have another presentation going on this very instant. And that's the beautiful part about this business and this industry, right? You can do anything as long as you do and follow the system. Dreams do come true. I've seen it happen. Mines are in the making, and so yours can too. So if this sounds like something you want to do, raise your hand, leave a little comment, or ask and bug the person who invited you to come here tonight. Thank you, Erica. I believe that's it for me. If you have any questions, please, be more than happy to answer questions. We can do open Q&A. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's an honor.
So much, Juan. This is such a great presentation. You have your screen on. Could you turn on your computer? R&A. Thank you. Juan, thank you so much again for being present with us, for sharing such an impactful story. I appreciate also the exercise toward the end to take 3 seconds to think about what we would want to do with time, money, and health. Many times we don't think about that, how our life would look like. So thank you. Your story is impactful, knowing the transformation that you've gone through. It's such an honor to hear from you. So for everybody who's listening to the presentation, please go to the person who invited you and ask them, tell me more about this, because the person who invited you for a reason. They want to see a change in your life, and they are extending this opportunity because they saw something in you. So take advantage of this. I have a question for you, Juan.
Sure.
What was the biggest challenge in your path with social economic networkers?
I'm sorry, you were saying name a challenge?
Yeah, what was your biggest challenge in the business?
I would have to say it's my biggest challenge. It was myself.
Mm-hmm.
Was really myself, myself, and getting out of my own way, getting out of my own self-limiting thinking that this couldn't work, that this couldn't be for me. I think that at the beginning, I wasn't giving myself the opportunity to learn and grow with the system, even though it was put right in front of me. I mean, again, hold on, let me take this off. To be honest with you, there's the only setback was myself. I believe that if I would have gotten started a lot sooner, I would have done a lot better. But I love it. I love it because it's a learning and growing process every single day. And if I had not gone through what I have gone through in the learning process, well, I wouldn't be able to help as many people as I can now. So I learned now that good or bad, it's all neutral. And that through this entrepreneurship process, I mean, I can't pick up a needle and tomorrow pretend I'm a doctor. So what I have to do is practice, learn and practice the system on a day-to-day basis. Anything done with consistency becomes a mastery, and then after mastery becomes excellence. So am I excellent now? Not at all. Do I plan to be? Well, at least every day that I try more and more, I think we all achieve some kind of level of excellence of something.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that helps. But I mean, to long story short, it was myself. I think my biggest challenge was myself and getting out of my own limiting beliefs.
Thank you so much. It's for many of us, ourselves are the biggest challenge. Stepping out of our comfort zones. It can be the scariest step, but at the end, it's the most rewarding step to take, because you realize that your limitations are only in your mind. And once we step out of that, there are no limits. We can do anything that we strive to do. Do we have any other questions in the audience?
Yes, I have a question. Juan, I was wondering, how long have you been working as a social economic networker, and how long did you work before you were able to really focus on this as your main, I don't even really want to call it a job, because it seems like a lifestyle. So how long before you were able to transition out of a regular linear income type job?
Okay, awesome question. Who is speaking, please?
Whitney.
Brittany?
Whitney.
Oh, Whitney, that is an amazing question. I thank you for asking that. So everybody's different. I'm gonna tell you about myself. When I started, remember, I was super skeptic. So my first year, I didn't want to do the business. I didn't plan on doing the business. I just we're taking the supplements for my own health, right? So once I started seeing the changes, so I didn't really share with you my testimony, which I do apologize, Erica. In 7 months, I went through a weight loss where I lost 95 pounds in 7 months. I went from a size 40 in pants to a size 30. I went from a double X, very tight double X, to a size medium in shirt. So my physical gains were there. People seeing the change that I went through, and I lost a whole lot of weight. Mind you, I didn't do the business. I did it just because I wanted the benefits physically. Once I started doing that. So all I'm saying is that I spent a lot of time not being plugged into the system. That's why I said that. And now oh, Whitney, you're going to make me announce this way too early. But Erica, Whitney has pulled it out of me. I'm actually about to start my For Life journey full time December 1st. So it's taken me a couple years, and I'm finally announcing it. This is the first time I've ever announced it in public. Um, so yes, I finally cut the cord to my 9 to 5. I'm still doing online marketing and online business, but I know we've built a team so far where, again, my mother's able to retire in South America. I'm able to do what I have to do here, build a business, love life, help others, and really engulf myself in this full time because it is possible. It is very possible.
Oh my
Um,
God, Juan, this is so exciting. When I
Thank you.
heard you speak a few months ago, you were still working on your regular job as you did this opportunity. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. This is
Thank you. Thank you.
such a big step in your life.
Yes, it really is. And thank you for letting me share that here. I haven't not told anybody online. I haven't told anybody. That's why I've been really quiet online lately. I've been grinding. I just been grinding, and just doing what we got to do. Again, that's why I'm here now. I'm here doing this, but downstairs, this very second, there's a presentation just like this going on. Guys, here's the thing. Okay, can I just be very open and just straight up? I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't know the benefits of it. I'm the kind of guy who is super skeptic. I'm the kind of guy who doesn't believe in nothing, but I'm also the kind of guy who has already seen and reaped the benefits, not only financially. Financially is great, thank God, but I don't want to focus on that. I'm talking about, like Erica, last time, the benefits that I had was being able to wake up with my son and see him and walk him. It's the smallest, simple things in life that we overlook, that once we're actually doing it without having to worry about our financial situation, they're just that much bigger. You realize how much you appreciate it and how much you haven't given it that amount of gratitude. Like being able just to take a 10 to 15 minute stroll with my son to school every single day has had a huge impact and has motivated me to just want to do this that much more. I don't know if there's any single parents or any parents on here tonight, but if there is, and I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, it's those special moments that you can never relive, that you're glad you were there the first time around. Does that make sense? And I think that was my biggest motivation. That was my biggest go-to whenever I started feeling down or not wanting to do what I had to do to make this happen.
Wow. Thank you for your answer to the question. It was way more than I anticipated and so exciting to imagine being able to achieve something like that for my family. And I'm sure everybody else was really giving you spirit fingers as well and hurrahs. I saw a lot of comments. So congratulations.
Thank you. But again, you know what? Just because it took me a couple years doesn't mean you can't do it sooner. I've seen a lot of people doing it a lot sooner. I'm very serious. I've seen people like stop working in 3 months, in 2 months, in 5 months, in 6 months. It took me a couple years, but so what? You know, I mean, for real, so what? we're given this false premise that after 30 or 40 years you'll be able to retire. So what if it takes you 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? So what? It's still better than 30 or 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And with the growth, the amount of growth, personal, physical, financial, and health, and that's what I see in this company. That's what I see. And you don't have to stop what you're doing. Not at all. This could be an added incentive. This could be an added plus. I don't know what you're doing right now in your life, Whitney, but I'm sure if you start really, really consciously thinking about it, every other conversation that we're going to have throughout these holidays, 2 out of every 3 conversations is going to involve either health or money or finances. Hello?
So yeah, it's time to start thinking about how to prospect, even just having a conversation and let people know about the opportunity and the opportunity to change their health and their lifestyle.
Yeah, opportunities are there. There are tons of opportunities. You know, it's what we do with them that makes the difference in ours and their lives. So, are you signed up already, Whitney?
Oh yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. Is there any other questions, Erica?
We have time for one more question. Does anybody else have another question? Let's wait a few seconds. We don't seem to have any other questions. So once again, Juan, I want to thank you for your time. I feel inspired. I got goosebumps from hearing your story again, and from having such a simple and loving heart. You are going to go to big places and inspire a lot of people. So I want to thank you for sharing a little bit of your wisdom with us and for inspiring us. Also, thank you everybody who was present tonight and everybody who is watching us in YouTube. Remember to ask the person who invited you to attend the presentation or to watch the video, to ask the person who invited you. The person who invited you is going to give you more information. And don't let them go until they give you all the information that they have to give you. Okay? Good night, everybody. Have a beautiful night wherever you are in the world.
Thank you. Good night. Good night, Erica.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Erica. Good night.